Do you want me to do the intro?
Yeah, you can do the
How do
intro.
you usually say the intro? Is it just anything, or is there a
It's
certain...
just kind of anything, man. It's just kind of anything.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host, Luma EXE, joined with the main host of the Chillout Time channel, Big Tav.
Yeah.
We are back once again. It's been many, many, many months since we last filmed one of these.
Many.
We've both been in the mood for a Chillout Time, so Tav decided to check the Google Doc, and we've got a submission. I have no idea what the question is, but we're going to dive in.
All right, shall I just read it? Yeah, I'll just read it. I'll just
Yeah,
read
go
it.
on. I have no idea what is about to expect what to come. By the way, I don't know if this is going to be like hella deep or if this is going to be a bit goofy or what.
All right. Hey Ding or Big Tav or whatever it is now. These past couple months, I have felt nothing but constant stress and anxiety from multiple things: school, my family, my relationship, and my daily responsibilities. It's just all getting to me all so quickly, and I don't know a healthy way to let it out, all of this pent up frustration. What would you recommend?
Wow, that was hella deep. Okay.
Yeah, this is a good intro back, man.
Okay. So, could you copy and paste the message to me just so I can read
Yeah,
over it
yeah.
and over it and over and over and over again? Because I feel like last time I kind of just went off on a tangent about things that weren't very much related to the question, and I feel like I should try and be a little bit more responsible with answering the
Alright,
question.
there you go.
I have felt nothing but constant stress and anxiety for multiple things: school, my family, my relationship, and my daily responsibilities. Okay, you sound young. You sound very young. If you're saying school, you're clearly not
Yeah.
even in your 20s yet. I mean, I'm not even in my 20s yet, but we're pushing that chat. Um, if you want me to be dead honest, school doesn't mean anything anymore. School really doesn't mean anything anymore.
It
I
really
mean,
doesn't.
at this point, you can literally just live your life day to day, and there will be some TikTok commentary interviewer who will come up to you on the street, and you might get a viral clip out of it. The Hawk Tour girl is now going on tour for a one-liner. Like, it is, honestly, you should just go about your day-to-day life, not worrying. Family, family is where it gets a bit different, because family is all down to subject, right? There are
Yeah.
multiple things that could be going on. You could be frequently in and out of the hospital checking up on a family member. This could be family members you don't any longer speak to due to some disruptions in your relationships with them.
Domestic
I
stuff.
think it's a very wide variety for stress inside of a family. Stress inside school, you might be behind on essays, you might be behind on this, on that, but as I said, school, to me, it doesn't really mean anything. School, you've only got to focus up until the point where you've actually figured out what you want your degree to be and what you want to be known as for in life.
Yeah. Yeah, school
If
is.
you're sitting and you're 15 or you're 16 and you're in school, you are just literally waiting away until you're exposed to the real world, and then you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. Not everyone is like me where it's just. I'm a very rare case where I already know what I want to do. You should not have that figured out. If you're like my age, you should not have that figured out yet. You should not have that figured out probably
For a
like
very,
for a
very
very
long
long
time.
time. Yeah.
This is actually interesting because I was having a conversation with one of my friends earlier today about something similar to this. I was talking about how my only stress at the moment is money, and he was talking about how the thing that he'd been stressed about and had been on his mind for the last half a year was that he just wanted to be happy. And I kind of had to remind him, like, look, mate, you have got the next 40 years of your life, even now, to figure out what you want to do, who you want to be remembered for, every other thing in between. Family life, friends, whatever you want to accomplish in, the leisure aspects of your life. You have 40 more years to do so. You have so much time to be happy on this planet.
Yeah.
There is so much stuff that you don't even know is going to happen to you. There is so much stuff that is like there, and you don't even know that it's going to happen, and it's just going to happen one day, and you're going to be in the process of doing it, and you're going to realize, holy fucking shit, I'm 27 doing things that I never thought I would be doing.
Half your life is just reactions to things that are external. Like, you will find the one thing that you want to do most likely from some random encounter or from some weird course of events or something completely unrelated snowballing into whatever, and you'll discover what it is. Like,
Exactly. You literally, like Tav said, if you figured out what you want to do and you're 15, you are a very rare case of a human being. You are a very, very rare case of a human being. If you found the kind of thing that you like, but you haven't found specifically what you want to do, fair enough. You're ahead of most people. I mean, for me, it's, you know, I wanted to be a Minecraft creator 3 years ago. I wanted to be one of the big streamers. I wanted to be playing with fucking J-Slat like this time now in my life. I'm now sat here in talks with a drum and bass record label to put out one of my songs. So things can change very quickly in your life. There will be things that will come and go quicker than people in your life.
yeah.
Your interests will change very, very quickly, and the career that you might have wanted at 16 is not going to be the career you want when you're turning 20.
The thing is, with the stress of the other stuff, is the way to kind of let it out is try to, and this is from my point of view, is like cut off like any unnecessary fat of like
Bad
responsibilities.
people.
Yeah, bad people, whether
Get rid
that's
of all of the
family,
toxins
friends.
in your life.
Yeah.
Cut them all out. You need to be at peace. Again, this is one of my favourite life sayings. You have to love yourself before you let others love you.
Yeah.
You have to learn to love yourself before you put love into the things that you do.
Yeah, definitely. You have to, yeah. Well,
I think a good way, and this is a bit of a visualizer for like relationship. I'm guessing by relationship you do mean with a partner.
yeah, I'm guessing.
The thing for me, this is kind of a visualizer. Being in a relationship, it's not a race. There is no leader. You are both in first. If you need to pull over for a little pit stop to have a conversation and they want to keep driving, then they have broken the boundary of what the rules of a race is, and they are no longer any worth to you.
Yeah, exactly. I could not agree more.
It's not a free for all. It's a team deathmatch.
Yeah, exactly. It's co-op.
Exactly. So, in your relationship, you shouldn't. I know that there's always going to be the burden of, oh, I'm so scared to talk to my partner about this. This is a serious topic. I don't want to throw them off. They seem to be in a good mood. You need to have those talks, because if you don't have those talks, they're going to stay in your mind, and they're going to mold away in your mind, and they're going to make you overthink every single situation that you've already been overthinking way worse. If you do not, I'm genuinely, this is the one piece of information. If you don't take anything away from this video, take this away from this video. If you do not have genuine, serious conversations with your partner for the future of your relationship, that relationship will tumble.
The thing is, I think with a lot of things with that is when relationships kind of start to fail is either when it's a miscommunication of like what's going on, so like someone misunderstands what you're saying or what you're trying to put down, or you're just not communicating it at all. You're expecting them to read your mind and to kind of just magically
Pick
know
up on
what you're
what you're doing. And I think that becomes a very consistent sting in relationships, because you're always around each other. You know how each other work. You think you know how each other are going to feel. You think you know how the other person's thinking. At the end of the day, your partner, in the nicest way possible, could be looking into a different love interest. You do not know what is going on. You need to communicate.
Yeah, you like always. There's always more room for
Obviously,
communication.
trust your partner.
Yeah, of course. But there's always room for more communication. Like, always.
Exactly.
There's never too much. You always need to...
Do not be like dropping hints and thinking they're going to pick up on the hints. You need to just be straightforward.
I hate it when people do that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you would have noticed by now. No. Do you want to know why? Because you haven't told me. Do you know what this is like? This is like when we got together and I told you I didn't know any of the signs, because you should have just told me. From the very beginning, communication is key.
Exactly.
I thought you liked me. No, you should have just said.
You should have just said it. You should have just communicated. Use your words. Yeah.
Exactly. So any stress or any anxiety you're having with your relationship, do know that you are both in control. as much as each other. It's a 50-50 split, and if you don't think it is as easy as saying goodbye, and that is it.
Yeah.
Daily responsibilities, take each day just as it comes. Every
Yeah.
single day that comes. Don't be planning ahead for the future. Obviously, if it's something, good for you, or it's something that you've been saving up for, a holiday away or whatever, a new car or this or that, then obviously that's fine. But don't be planning ahead for, oh my god, what if in 3 months I lose my job? Okay, in 3 more months you'll have a new job. It's fine. The world carries on. There's always going to be a time for you to jump back on. Just because you get off at the wrong station doesn't mean you're there forever.
One thing that helps me, if you're talking about daily responsibilities, like it's jobs or chores or whatever, that type of stuff, like physical tasks, thing that helps me to help it not get overwhelmed is making like a checklist, like, because that gives you that little bit more dopamine, which makes it just a little bit more rewarding, which makes you want to do it more.
Yeah.
And it makes you enjoy it. Yeah, like checklists are perfect.
That reminds me of something. So when I started my supervisor role at my last job, I was doing an opening. I was there from 7 in the morning till 7 in the evening. It was me opening and closing. I was the only one of management there all day. I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. It was my first shift as a supervisor. I was shitting by myself. And I ran through with one of my friends who was also a supervisor there at the time. And he gave me a checklist. And as I went through in the morning, I was like, oh, this is actually really easy. Because I've given myself the instructions.
Yeah, it's like a, when you're playing let's say like Animal Crossing for reference, how they kind of lay out how you have to pay off this part of your house to get the next part of your house, and yada yada yada.
Exactly.
It's so rewarding when you get it, even if you just pick at it a little bit and a little bit, and you pay off just a little bit. Just seeing that number go down.
Oh my god! No, because I know exactly what you're on about. So I wanted to say, this reminds me of, as well. If you're stressing over all of these things that you think are the things that make you entirely up as a human, and that is what you're based off 100% of the time, non-stop, then you are thinking very wrong, because your hobbies and your interests and your obsessions all matter as much as everything like school and relationships and family life. It all matters just as much to make up who you are. So what I was going to say is how you're saying, like, you pay little by little over time and you see the progress over time. It kind of reminded me of the whole thing, because I made a video years ago where I kind of used the whole thing of you need discipline to motivate you.
Yeah.
So in school, I'm going to be honest, it sounds cliche, but just keep working harder. Just keep going. What's stopping you? Is someone going to shout at you for just pushing yourself?
Once you get to a point where you start pushing yourself at, like, what you think is your, like, maximum capacity as much as you can, it's the momentum that keeps you going. You get inertia from it, and if you build yourself around this kind of, with school also, checklists are very helpful for like studying and whatever. If you build up kind of like a positive reinforcement behind you, that type of just keep going and going will have inertia behind it, and it'll make it 1,000,000 times more rewarding and easier, and it will make all of school way, way, way more positive in your mind.
I mean, if it's going to help you push yourself in school, take the thing that you enjoy, and let's say, you create a work schedule for your studying, whatever, and you follow that, and for however long you follow that, for every week you follow that, you get to do whatever it is you enjoy. So for me and Tav, we enjoy smoking weed.
Yes.
If Tav was to follow, let's say, a study schedule for a week, he can do 3 bong rips. There you go. You see, but because you get those you want those free bong rips. You want whatever that is, so you're going to do that thing that you have to do, whether you like it or not, to get the thing you want.
Yeah. Or it could be, I don't know, it could be something as small as, oh, I have a snack that I really like, or I have this one drink that I really like. I'm going to set it up so whenever I do this amount of work, I get, I don't know, a piece of it, or I get whatever of it, to reward yourself as you go along. It's positive reinforcement of your brain.
Exactly. So there you go.
There you go. I would say
It's just all getting to me all so quickly, and I don't know a healthy way to let out all this pent-up frustration. That is a difficult question to answer. Sorry, I know we've been going for a long time, but I just wanted to... I don't know a healthy way to let out all of this pent-up frustration. Shit. You see, now the thing is I don't really have any personal experience with having to let out a load of frustration in a healthy way, because I'm going to be honest, smoking weed is not a healthy way.
No, that is not a healthy
No, it's not healthy. But I know that it's not healthy. I just don't know what to replace it with myself.
Which, I mean, we're still human. We're still trying to figure out our own junk too.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to take away. Is, you know, whatever you're doing, it might not be great. But you might be doing things that are very bad for you. But at the end of the day, you are not a robot. You are not AI. You are not going to get it spot on. Even AI doesn't get it spot on. Yeah. Have you seen that video of Will Smith eating the fucking burger?
Oh,
that is not a good AI video.
That was from like 2018, 19.
I don't want to obviously sound like I'm trying to endorse any kind of poor actions to your body's health, mental health, or anything like that. But eventually, you'll realise, I am not doing a good thing. I need to replace this thing with something good, and I think a lot of people are in that same boat.
Yeah, I would say I am to a certain extent.
I think just your first worry shouldn't be, how do I healthily let out my frustration, and instead just let out your frustration.
Yeah, as long as it's not like hurting yourself or like
hurting others.
Yeah, obviously those are the main.
Or damaging property. You know, don't go spray paint a fucking building because you're scared about failing an exam. Don't go do that shit. But you know, if it means you go to an empty field and you scream your fuck until your voice is gone, then go scream until your voice is gone. Get your frustration out. Don't be your first worry being, how do I healthily let it out?
One thing that might help is make art. Like, do art. Like,
create something.
Do
stuff. Something. Distract your mind.
Well, maybe not exactly. Create art that helps you express yourself. And then I feel like when Chillout time, for an example, when I put this stuff out here, I'm putting my personal experiences into my advice, which helps me deal with a lot of stuff too. So that helps me feel better at the end and feel like I've dealt with a lot more. I'm not saying start something like Chillout time, but if you do something artistic and creative and you publish it, especially with the internet, it doesn't have to be popular, but at least you're getting your voice out there, which can help you relieve a lot of that feeling of just overwhelming, I need to let it out, you know?
Yeah.
That's my take on it, is try to create something. It could be like visual art, it could be music, it could be goddamn video essays, it could be whatever you want at all, as long as you're creating something and you're putting it out there. It doesn't have to be good, because I would argue most of my videos are subpar to what I would want, but I still put them out there. A lot of that, like, it doesn't have to be super creatively fulfilling, but as long as it's something that helps you release that part of you, I would say let that out.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all that matters. As long as you, yourself, can look back at what you've made and go, I'm happy with this, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Because you forget, there are a shitting lot of people on this planet. There is going to be someone and a large group out there who are going to enjoy it no matter what.
Yeah.
You just need to find it first. So you need to keep making more of it.
Yeah, exactly.
I just wanted to add,
Alright.
Anything you're doing artistically, as I said, you know, things are going to change, things might change. Well, things are going to change, you're human, your taste is going to adapt. The new hobbies that you find, when you try to artistically, you know, a lot of people, I feel like, have this kind of enigma, or like this, it has this whole like thing around it that if you put something out online, it has to be to the professional standard. You are going to make a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You are going to create a lot of bad content. You are going to get made fun of a lot, but you need to keep going. Otherwise, you're never going to improve.
And you're never gonna feel that fulfillment that comes with it.
No.
It's kind of like working out a muscle in a way. It's really, really bad at first, or really tough at first, and then you kind of get more used to it and used to it.
And your pain tolerance goes up, and you start adding more muscle mass, and you start growing.
Yeah, you start
become stronger and healthier.
You can look back at, well, your first like projects and be like, man, I've really
I am really good now.
Yeah.
And you can laugh at your poor quality content like those people laughed at it on the internet all those years ago.
I feel like
that's the beauty of it.
I feel like I look back at my first video on YouTube, which was a video playing a Roblox Halloween game with Zinc and all them and Hoodie and all them, and it was terrible. It was basically just a stream cut up barely, and it was like 40 minutes. And it was terrible. The mic quality was terrible. Everything about it was terrible. I barely did anything with it. And I hate it now, but I'm keeping it up because it's to show my progress.
It's who you are, yeah. It's how far
who I am.
Yeah.
It's a nice reminder.
I made my first video in 2012.
Oh.
So I made my first video a very, very, very long time ago. So I've made a lot of shit, and I have seen a lot of shit. But you know, there are small channels that I've seen years ago that I thought were terrible that I now have come across again now, and they've got entire audiences and an entire platform online, and it's, you know...
Yeah.
You keep going in something, you will do things.
Yeah, definitely. It will improve.
It will pay off. The hard work put in will pay off.
So, yeah, those are our 2 cents. You got anything else to add?
No, that's it. Sorry, I almost just knocked my phone off my desk. But I think it's time to play Minecraft.
I think it's time to play Minecraft. So that was our 2 cents. We'll hopefully we'll get more questions in, and we'll get more.
Keep the questions coming. We love doing these.
We love doing these.
I love this.
It's so much fun. Please keep it coming. Please, it's very fun.
Just as a, if you're still here listening to this, just as a reminder, we are not professionals. We are not medical health professionals. We are just simply giving our personal advice from experiences we've had.
Yeah.
And that is all. If you hear anything and you think that is a good idea, take it away from the video, but do not look into everything we say.
God no. There's a lot of misses.
There's a lot of flaws, and there's a lot of potholes in the things we say.
Contradictions.
So do be warned that everything we say should be taken with a pinch of salt.
But yeah, the links to, I'll link Luma's channel, I'll link my main in the description. I'll link the Google form to submit the questions. It's completely anonymous. You can submit whatever you like, and well, like serious questions. You know what I mean? Like, we'll answer pretty much anything. All of that's down in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. And we'll hopefully do this again soon.
Hopefully. If not, see you in 3 months.